Good morning. Time to make the coffee. Well, today's going to be a high of 85, so I guess if I'm going to water and do anything in the garden, it'll be this morning again. So that's fine. I like working in the garden in the early morning where everything is nice and fresh and still has a little bit of dew on the leaves. I enjoy that. So, but it's going to be 85, so not the coolest of days, but it's tolerable. That's about my Goldilocks cutoff zone is 85. 75 is better, but we don't get too many days like that. It's either in the 50s and 60s, or then the temperature shoots up to the 80s, 90s. So anyway, but it's where I live and that's how the weather is, and I'm not going anywhere because my family is here, my friends are here, and it's my home. So I'll be staying here. And Ohio is actually a pretty decent state to live in. The cost of living isn't super high. Of course, housing has gone up because of the economy, but that's no big surprise. But it's still readily available. And yeah, Ohio really is a pleasant place to live. We have the metro parks, and we have Hocking Hills State Park down south, which is beautiful. So the Emerald Necklace goes all through Ohio, and that is the metro parks. We have Amish country, which is nice. You know, time kind of forgot that part of society. So it's nice to go visit there. And let's see, what else do we have? Oh, we have the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and lots of museums. We have the Cleveland Orchestra, which is world renowned. And so, yeah, Ohio is not a bad place to live. I like all the forests and trees, and I enjoy that. So anyway, let's try the coffee. Cheers. Yummy. That's delicious. So anyway, I'm going to talk a little bit about my budget book and how I'm doing with my low spend month. It'll be low spend the next several months, and I need to get a bill paid off. And I think I'm going to have to make an appointment for my tires, see what's going on with that, because I don't want to end up with a flat tire somewhere, especially in the heat. That wouldn't be good. So, all right, well, let's go over and talk about the budget. Okay, here I am back at the budget book. So I didn't spend any money on Friday, and I did not spend any money on Saturday. Today's Sunday. I don't plan on spending any money, but who knows? Supposed to go to, my granddaughter is in a horse show. She's getting into horses. I had a horse at one time. His name was Apache. And my daughter loves horses. So she's been taking her to a riding stable. And they've been taking care of a horse whose rider can't ride right now. She had some sort of a surgery done. So she's leasing out the horse, and my granddaughter is taking care of her. So she's very excited about that, and today they have a horse show. So hopefully it doesn't get too hot. I'd like to go and hang out with them for a while. And they probably have food trucks and things like that there, but I don't know if they have vegetarian options, because usually they're pretty heavy into meats. with the food trucks, but you never know. But I'll have something to eat before I go, so I probably won't get anything there. But maybe a drink, but I'll take a drink along too. So we'll see. We'll see if I'm going to spend anything today. So I've been doing pretty well with my low spend. It's not a no spend this month, it's a low spend. So far this month I've spent $45 at Walmart, which was here, and that was for things that I needed. So, yeah, I mean, doing a low spend and no spend, this isn't my first rodeo. I've done them before. I have lots of old videos about low spend, no spend when I was paying off some debt. So I'm not too worried about the debt that I have now. It's not that much. So, but I do want to get it paid off and get back to being debt-free, because it is a much nicer way to spend your money and spend your time and not get a bunch of stuff you don't need. So, you know, right about now I have pretty much everything I need. I have enough food, I have enough clothing, so it's all good. So I hear they've been talking about doing away with not income tax, property taxes, and that's one of the things here in Ohio that they're looking into, and that would be awesome, because that's a good chunk of change every month. It's like $370 some. I pay my property taxes monthly because I don't want a big, huge bill, because then you have to kind of put the money away anyway, and it's tied up in an account somewhere. So I would just rather pay it monthly. And I've been paying it monthly ever since I had this house built. So that's worked out okay for me. I pay my car and my house insurance monthly too. I switched over to that, and they're together now. So then I know exactly what I'm going to be spending on insurance and property taxes. So that's what I've been doing, and it's working out fine for me. When you're on a lower income, sometimes you have to budget your money every month instead of having big bills come due every 6 months to a year. So, all right, well, that's it as far as my budget goes for today, and we'll see how I do. If I spend money today, that would be all right. I do have a couple lunch dates coming up. I have one on Wednesday and one on the 30th, I believe, getting together with some friends. So those will definitely be a couple days where I'll be spending. And sometimes my daughter and I do go out and have a coffee, and sometimes I treat and sometimes she treats. So that's always fun, and I don't want to miss that opportunity just because I'm doing a no spend or a low spend. You know, I think you have to reward yourself every now and then, just to get through it. But I really don't find them to be that difficult, especially since I've gotten everything I need for the garden. There's nothing more right now that I need. I have all the pots, all the plants. I'm just finishing up getting everything planted in pots, and hopefully next year that'll be easier and cheaper. I figured I might as well just go for it this year rather than dragging it out and dragging it out. So sometimes that's what I do. You know, it's like you just get it done and get it paid for. So anyway, that's my take on things. You might not agree with me, and that's okay. You know, you do you. All right. Well, this morning I'm trimming up some of my hanging baskets, and this happened, all these blossoms rotted during a rainy period, and so now I'm taking all these off but the plant is getting all kinds of new growth. So I'm going to clean it up and feed it. It's getting a few new blossoms. But yeah, it happened to both of them. It happened to that one over there too, and they were beautiful. So I'm going to try and revive them. And then I also planted these finally in some dirt. This is a crown of thorns, begonia, lacy stockings, coleus, and it's some sort of a daisy. It's not actually enough sun for the daisy, but it's going to grow there. And then I planted the geranium in here. It'll get some sun. And I still have to plant these two trees. So this is a pink dogwood, and this is a mulberry tree. I don't know where I'm going to plant this one yet. I have to figure that out. So I've been kind of putzing around here on my deck, getting that done. These over here are starting to climb. So I put these bamboo poles in here. So I've got two of those, and then one over there that I already bought that way. It doesn't have any blossoms, so I have to feed that too. But yeah, it's getting all kinds of new growth. But this is what happened. They didn't even get a chance to open up. They just kind of rotted. So this is still doing great. And all my hydrangeas are now green. But I think they're pretty that way. So I'm going to keep them for a while yet. Alright, well, that's what I've been doing this morning. So, and it's a really nice overcast day, so it should be great. And then over here, I trimmed my pretty begonias back. Took out all the dead leaves, and this one hardly had anything, so I trimmed everything back, and I'm hoping it comes back. This one still looks okay, but it's getting pretty leggy. But I don't want to cut all the flowers off just yet. So what I did was the cut flowers, I just put them in a little jar, and hopefully they'll root, and then I can stick them back in the ground. So this is the kind of gardening that I like to do. Just sort of clean up the plants and take care of them, and not all that hard labor that I was doing. So yeah, I'm happy in my garden. Alright, well, I got this plant all cleaned out. Tried to make a little air circulation in here, but it's growing seed pods. So I'll save these, and maybe next year, here's another one that's not quite so done. Maybe next year I can plant my own fuchsias. That would be awesome. So they're all cleaned up now, and I was excited to find the seed pod. There aren't too many on here, but there's a few. Here's another one. So if you save those seeds, you can regrow. Here's one. You can regrow some fuchsias. Start them in the winter time. All right. My little hummingbird wind chime. All right. Well, I think that's it for the deck cleanup today. I got quite a bit cleaned up and planted. So now I can have my coffee out here and relax for a little bit. So this planted itself down there. I had a garden here last year, and I don't remember planting a zucchini there. I did have cucumbers, but it's too big to be a cucumber, and It looks like it has zucchini flowers. They're closed now, but look how tall it is. It's huge. If it's a zucchini, I've never seen a zucchini do that. So, if anybody has any information, let me know in the comments below. I do think it's a zucchini, but it doesn't have any female flowers, so I don't know, we'll see. But I staked it up so it can keep climbing, and I'll have to wait to see if it fruits. I also had to stake up my black-eyed Susans because they were falling over. And look at the color on these. So pretty. That's a knockout rose. It's orange and yellow, and it turns to red and then pink. Beautiful. All right. I just wanted to show you my odd plant. And it has, you know, the little tendrils. So I haven't seen zucchini do that either. But we'll see. Pollinators should be able to find it easily. I picked these beautiful flowers this morning. They were all falling over because they were getting too heavy. And I got another Japanese eggplant. And look how beautiful these flowers are. They are gorgeous. So I planted those this year, and I'm hoping to get cut flowers from them to make some bouquets to bring in the house. Well, I thought I would sit out here in the garden a little bit and have some iced cappuccino with my two best buddies here. And I'm sitting in the shade because now it's starting to really get humid again. Oh my, somebody's squealing their wheels. I don't know, they must like buying new tires, but anyway. So it's nice and peaceful out here right now. And I'm done doing garden work for the day. It's getting too humid. So I'm just going to sit here for a little bit and have a little chat with you guys. Oops, there I am. Cheers. I got this mug at the thrift store a while back. It says, "Some people like to make a little garden out of life." That's true. And I like to make a little garden out of life. I think it's fun. So, you know, whatever you like in your garden is what you should put in it. If you like thrifted things and lots of tchotchkes or whatever it is you like, that's how you should make your garden. And don't listen to anybody else what they say. You know, some people like a very clean, sparse look to their garden. Other people like a very lush garden. So I happen to be one of those people that likes a lush garden. And I do like decor in it. I don't have a ton of decor in my garden, but I do have a lot of pots. And that's because I want to garden in containers. So you need pots for that. But yeah, so I'm getting things done slowly and trying to maintain things as best I can. My neighbor came out, so I had to pause the camera. It's like she knows when I'm doing a video. I mean, she can't really see me sitting here unless she comes outside, but yeah, somehow that always happens. So I always try to save money on things. That's why I thought I could save the little fuchsia seeds, and I'm sure they're teeny tiny. So I don't even know if they would, be viable. But I'm going to try because it's fun doing different things and trying different things. It makes life interesting instead of always the same old, same old. At least that's what I think. I mean, some people love their routine and they like to just do the same thing every day, but I'm not one of them. I like to do different things. So even if I'm at home, there's always things that I find to do. And maybe I overcomplicate my life by doing that, but at least I don't get bored. So anyway, I'm just going to sit and relax here for a little bit now, and then I think I'm going to get dressed and maybe venture out. I might go to the horse show, but on the other hand, I might not. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. So anyway, I will be back later to sign off. This dragonfly is always in the backyard. Here she comes again. Pretty dusty and hot here today. The horse's name is Rio. Beautiful horse. Well, there's my granddaughter, right there, with the sparkles on. So they're having fun.
You're videoing?
Yeah. And this is Grandpa. He really wants to be in the video.
Yeah. Thanks. Hi, everybody. How you doing?
Okay. My granddaughter won a ribbon. Yay! If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. It helps my channel grow. Don't forget to share, and thanks for watching.